Hey there, welcome back friends. In this video we will talk about JUnit hooks. So let's get started. Now friends, in here in this very simple easy to understand diagram, consider the outer block as a class and inner blocks as methods, right? So we have a class and we have couple of methods inside the class. Now friends, when it comes to Java unit testing, there might be some scenarios where we would like to run a specific task before a method or before a class or after a method or after what we say all the methods in the class, right? So how we will do that, right? So there are like 4 hooks with us in order to do that. So in here, for example, we wish to run a method before every method, before any other method in the class. So if we wish to run a method before all of these methods in the class, then we have a hook. Likewise, for example, we wish to run a method after every method execution in the class. Again, we have a hook. Now finally, we also have the hook to run a method before every method call and run a method after every method call, right? So we have 4 hooks. First hook, to run a method before any other method in the entire class. Second hook, to run the method after every method in the class. Then a method to run before every method, and finally a method which will run after every method. And we can like automate these things using this hook. Alright, now friends, here are the 4 hooks. These are before all, after all, before each, and after each. As the name suggests, before all means it will get executed before each and every method in the class. After all will execute after every method in the class. Before each will run before every method call, and finally after each will get executed after every method call. Now let us check these hooks in action. Let us open up Eclipse. Alright, so here is our class math functions test, and definitely we have like numerous methods in here, more than one methods in here, but there is one thing common in every method. We indeed need this particular line. We first of all need the object of math function. Definitely this is redundancy. So in order to get rid of it, what we can do, we can like cut this part and we can make it a class level thing, right? So we can get rid of this line, we can get rid of this line, we can get rid of this line as well. Here we go. Let me format things a little. Alright, so this looks good. And for example, we try to run the test, then what would be the outcome? Let me show you. So in here, if I quickly run the test cases, then what would be the outcome? Let me show you. So indeed it will run properly, but there is a issue. For example, there are like numerous what we say test cases, then this scenario may end up creating some kind of issue. Now why we may end up like encountering couple of issues because of using this same object. For example, we making use of the same object and there are like couple of variables, couple of things which are set already in the background. There are like couple of setters, getters, and we are making use of same variable in different test. Your test may end up giving you different results. It is always a good idea to have a fresh instance for every test. We should eliminate a chance of getting previous member initialization from previous test. Definitely, if we are making use of same object, there could be some inconsistent result when it comes to our test cases. Now this particular scenario is very simple. Using the object, we are only calling in the methods, and definitely it won't affect, and we would be able to run our test flawlessly, there won't be any issue. But there is a better way of getting a fresh instance for every method and also avoiding the redundancy of code. So in here, let me show you. So in here, for example, I create a method. It would be, for example, a default method, which will return void. Name would be before all, and inside this particular method we will initialize this particular object. So it would be like math functions equals new math function, and we will make this as a reference. This needs to be a class level reference, else we won't be able to use it in different methods. If I bring it in here, let me show you. In fact, if I do this and comment this out, then there would be errors. This particular object won't be available. So let me undo the changes real quick. Alright, so this looks good. Now using this reference math functions, all the methods are calling the methods inside the object, which is cool. Now here is the thing. Before every method, test add, test sub, test multiply and test divide, this method should get executed. Will it work? Only giving this name before all, will it be a good enough thing? Indeed not. Moreover, what is the purpose of before all annotation? Remember that. So in here, will before all is useful in the scenario? That's the question. Will it work? Let me show you. Before all, and if I run this test case, then indeed there would be a crash. Let me show you. So in here there would be a error, and this error because we are making use of before all annotation. Rather, we must use the before each annotation. Alright, so what does this before all do? Before all will indeed execute. It will try to execute this method before any other method in this class. Even then, our purpose is not solved. Moreover, we are not able to use this before all annotation again. Why there is this error is something which we will discuss in our next video. But in these kind of scenarios where we wish to execute this method before every method, before all is not the method which we should. So this is a common mistake. So do remember this. We need to make use of before each, and we will update this as well. Now finally, this method will get executed before each and every method call. Remember this. Alright, so this is nice. Now finally, let me run this application, and here is the very good looking green bar, and we are successful in running our test. Alright, so in our next video we will check the other webhooks, which is before all and after all. But before ending this video, let us quickly check the sister annotation of before each, which is definitely after each. So here is the method, very simple, easy to understand method, and we have annotated this method with after each. As a result, this statement will be getting executed after each test, and we should able to see this statement 4 times as there are 4 tests. Alright, now friends, there is this small little thing. The name of the method could be anything. It could be after each or anything else. In order to make things very simple, easy to understand, we have given this name to make things very simple. Alright, so now finally let us try to run the test cases, and here are the 4 statements. After every test, this particular statement is getting executed. Right, so this is nice, this is good. Alright, so this is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, have a nice day and take care.